I want to explain to you how the EL2 works. That's the more complicated of the two models. It's got two pickups in it. If you watched the video before, I told you about the different pickups and stuff, but let me just give you a rundown real quick. This jazz bass pickup, it's a stacked humbucking pickup made by Seymour Duncan called the Apollo 2. It's got a volume and tone control. And our capsule, our piezo pickup, which is embedded in the chamber in between the two parts, the top and the back, has got its own volume control. Okay. And if you remember, I was trying to explain this, and hopefully I did a good enough job of that, that under the volume control, this is actually the Fishman power chip, which is a proprietary preamp that they make that allows you to blend a magnetic and a piezo pickup together. It also gives you a stereo jack so that you're able to EQ them separately, which is really cool. You can split the sound source so that you can go into two different amplifiers. I've got the piezo running into this Hendrickson here, and I've got the magnetic running into this old Deluxe over here. But by splitting them, I can put different pedal setups on them. And this is really, really effective, especially when it comes to, when it comes to both pickups, really. The piezo can be boosted by an outboard preamp. This Boss EQ7 is a tried and true pedal. It comes with the EL2. And so does the stereo cable, actually, that I've got here on this instrument. The GE7 gives you the opportunity to notch certain frequencies out, and the impedance is matched really well with our capsule so that it doesn't just boost the sound, but it also has a warming effect on it, which if you have experience with piezos, that's the one thing that you're always trying to get is a warmer sound on the piezo. All right, so I have that running through the GE7, and then I have it running into a volume controller. And then I've got it running over to this Hendrickson over here. The magnetic I've got set up on a separate setup here. The reason for that is because if you've ever tried to run effects with a piezo pickup, you know that it can bring all sorts of unwanted feedback. So the magnetic's got the high gain. That's the pickup that really can crush over the drum set or the electric bass rig, right? And I put the effects over there because I'm not going to get any of the feedback, right? Unless it's intentional. That's just something that you want and you're really rocking. All right. So I've got these both blended here right now. So I've got them both coming out of both amps. That's going to be coming out of the Fender Deluxe over there. I've got the volume up and the tone all the way up. I've got it running into the effects over there. It's only reverb. All right, I can add some effects. All of that was the magnetic pickup, all coming out of the Deluxe. All right, let me turn these effects off. I'm gonna put that one on. Now, let me show you what the piezo capsule sounds like. That's just coming out of the Hendrickson. It's most noticeable when you're playing up here. it seems to simulate adding depth to the instrument itself. Here, one more time. No capsule, just magnetic with the tone up. That was just the magnetic. Now, this is just the capsule. Immediately different, right? Now, the coolest thing is when you blend the two pickups together. I'm going to show you one configuration now, but of course there's a million different ways you could blend this. I like to turn the piezo all the way up, or about 3/4 of the way up. I like to roll the tone of the magnetic pickup all the way down. So I'm just going for like a fat low end sustain and then kick the magnetic up. In this configuration, basically what you're adding on the high end is the piezo, with the low end being that fat magnetic with the tone rolled all the way back. So it's really versatile because you have these separate controls and the ability to take it out in stereo and either send it to two separate sound sources or at least EQ them separately. Like I said a second ago, with the EL2, we send this stereo cable that we had custom made in Utah with it. You also get the Boss GE7 EQ pedal. So it really becomes a more versatile rig. Although if all you want to do is put effects on it and and play at high volumes and you don't need that more acoustic sound, this does the job.